Hi everyone, my name is Maithili Mishra. Thank you for being here and thank you Rikarshan for having me. I'm about to join Salesforce as full time this coming June. So let's start with some honesty. When I joined this college in 2022, I was just an electrical engineering student who had never written a single line of code. The first time I had to write a loop in C, I sat back and thought that I had made a terrible mistake coming here. Maybe some of you feel that way right now. Maybe you're scrolling through LinkedIn, looking at your senior's internship post, checking lead code ratings, and feeling like everyone around you already has a head start you missed. And that is completely normal. And trust me, that feeling will pass. Only if you let it. Let me tell you some things about me. I love building things. Now, I'm pretty sure you have heard about vibe coding, which is just describe what you want, let the AI write it, ship it, done. And honestly, I'm not here to tell you that's wrong. AI is a very powerful tool and you should learn to use it, definitely. But where I personally stand, I would rather understand why something works than just that it does. Because the day something breaks in production, and trust me, it will, the person who actually understood what they built is the one who can fix it. Because the shortcut runs out exactly when you need it the most. That's the truth of life. Now, let me talk about something most people won't put on their resume. I know I didn't, and that's my failures. From second year to third year, I interviewed at some of the best companies in the world: Google, Disha, Trilogy Innovations, Amazon. I prepared, I showed up, I gave it everything that I had, and I got rejected over and over again. Now, I want you to sit with that for a second because these weren't small rejections. These were the companies that I had dreamed about, companies that I had spent months working toward. And that silence after a rejection mail, or worse, no email at all, that kind of hurt is really hard to describe. So I went back, I practiced more, I understood my gaps, and then eventually I walked into Salesforce. The process started with an OA, medium to hard problems, and then a technical round with DP and graph questions, and a little discussion on DBMS. And then something that I will never forget, my first ever in person interview at the Salesforce office in Hyderabad, going deep on computer networking, testing my nerve skills and my behavioral skills. During the internship, I was on the database team. I believe I'm very lucky because my manager genuinely believed in me and the team never made me feel out of place. I worked on two mini projects and one big one, which actually went into production. I saw Salesforce 1:1:1 model pretty up close, which is basically giving back to the community model. And I finally understood what great work culture actually means, not just as a phrase on a careers page. But I'll be very real. It I wasn't happy every single day. There were all nighters, week long debugging sessions. Sometimes I had to sit through weekends, whole day, just to understand the code base. Uh, Going through 20 plus documents just to write one single function because obviously I couldn't afford to break something in production. There were global stand ups every week with engineers from all across the world, and honestly, that made me more confident and more efficient than any exam ever had. So, that internship didn't just teach me technology, it taught me what it actually means to be a professional. That was a once in a lifetime experience for me. Now, we have all heard the self made success story of influencers. I'm here to tell you that it's a lie, at least on my guess. I would not be here without my seniors, especially Richa Di and Ronak Bhaiya. They gave me resources, they pointed me in the right direction, and they never made me feel stupid for asking silly doubts. I owe it to them. And my friends, obviously, they never left me alone. Not once. I want to tell you a little story. There was a time I had a FANG interview coming up, clashing with my mid-sem exam, and I was locked in prepping for it. You know how electrical department is, right? Everybody knows. And my friend, without me even asking for it, she studied the entire syllabus. She made notes, she solved PYQs, and then she stayed up the whole night just to teach me everything before my exam. She sacrificed her sleep so I wouldn't have to split my focus. That's the kind of people I had around me, and that changes everything. So, two things from that. First, be intentional about who you surround yourself with. The people around you are not just company, they're influence. And second, be that person for someone else. Your juniors are watching you right now the exact same way I once watched my seniors, and I still remember all of it. Now, let's talk about the achievements. I'll mention them not to impress you, but because I want you to see what consistent work actually adds up to over time. I had offers from Intuit, SLB, and Salesforce, and I chose to join Salesforce as full time. I was selected for Salesforce Women in Tech Summit. I was a semi finalist in Google Girl Hackathon. I'm currently working at SLB Singapore as a software engineering intern. And the one that I'm especially proud of, I was a finalist in ICPC Algo Queen because a year or so ago, CP felt impossible to me, but slowly, with consistency, something shifted. And then I found myself in a 3 hour contest, not watching the clock, not waiting for it to end, and actually enjoying every single second of it. That's what consistent practice does. I think it changes what you're capable of feeling about hard things. That's what I think. I'm also selected both as mentor and mentee in Coders Cafe, which is a global women in tech community, uh, and you get into purely based on your merit. I've also worked with startups based in Dubai and Singapore. That's all about me. I am a fourth year student. My story is still being written, just like you. You are at a good college. You have resources, you have mentors, you have friends, and you have more opportunity around you than you probably realize right now. What I want to say is use all of it gratefully. Build things, break things, ask for help, fail, learn, and then get back up. But above everything else, be consistent. What matters more than any number, any rating, is the power of showing up again and again until the thing that once felt impossible starts to feel easy. That's what I learned from my seniors. That's what I believe in, and that's what I wanted to convey to you guys. That would be it from my side. Uh, if you want to say something or if you have any questions for me, feel free to connect with me. I'm all ears. I'm happy to connect with everyone. Alright, all the best, guys. Thank you so much for listening to me. Thank you so much, Rikarshan, for having me again. All the best. Bye.